Lo and behold, it did work. There we go. There we go. I'll tell you what. It's a holiday weekend. It's a Sunday. We're gonna have to do the chat filter for sure on the non-members or whatever they call it. I mean non-subs. You know. Thing is, there's a lot of younger people at that time because if there ever becomes a younger person who wants to be kind of belligerent or whatever, almost invariably I say, what about school? It's a holiday. It's vacation. So yeah, we're not having that. Sorry guys. Sub only. Mm. What's going on? I'm here to meander. No agenda. Nothing present. Just chilling, waiting for my tea to finish steeping. I've actually got a timer on it. Kind of crazy, right? But I'm easy to get distracted. All right, so got the chat filters going. Let me go ahead and go into 8mm filter as well. Hipster cred, hipster cred. So yeah, I'm waiting for my tea to steep. I don't have beer tonight. It's not a beer night. Of course, I would prefer to have it all the time, but there's various reasons why that's not so great. Um, One of them is just fluctuating temperatures and the way that your body reacts to that. So it could be freezing when I wake up this coming morning. That's not going to stop me in general. And it kind of would help me because I'm having a bit of a why don't you leave me tooth pain here, but give them a couple more days. There's a good chance, and they're nice and scrubbed up anyway. Ha! Best I can do. What can I do these days? I outlived the second set. That's beautiful, actually. Ooh, yeah. Tea's not exactly finished steeping. Give it a few more minutes. So I got a little bit of soda. I'll sip some of that too. Nowadays, like I'll get one every once in a while, and I'll make sure that I have it for like 3 days. And my daughter always wants some, so it doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. Nothing like beer, but hey, comes with alcohol, right? Buckler, I like a good Buckler. That's an NA brewed in Holland, the best one, the best NA out there, man. I'll take that too, but I can't afford it. Actually, I don't think that would be too unhealthy at all. It's basically, if you don't have a wheat sensitivity or a gluten thing, then that's not that bad. Bit of extra sugar being produced pancreatically or, anyways, internally. Hmm. Don't ask me. I'm not a doctor. I only went to community college for 10 years, eh? I make no demands nor accusations. I'll be right back. All right, so that was the grand 3 tea bag mug here. I mean, it's a big mug, so justify. Justify. I've had some recent fun, hanging on other panels, so thanks to all conspiring parties. Let me put it that way. Everybody, I don't know if you want to bounce anything around, if you want to find out if we have different ideas on how to host or how to make the software work better, the problems I'm having where I can't do a side by side on YouTube right now, or if there's things other than StreamYard that people use or why people use certain plans of StreamYard, I'd be really happy to hear in on that conversation. So just keep that in mind, no pressure. I'm anxious for that tea. It's not quite ready. It's too hot, man. What do you do with that? Oh yeah. Nicotine. That should lower my anxiety a bit. Clip it down. Anybody have holiday plans? Yeah, like I said, with the children maybe not having school, it's kind of a wild thing on YouTube sometimes, because they come in all shapes and sizes, ages. I'm not asking. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. Thanks for the attendance. Thanks for the likes. Likes right up front like that. I think it helps a lot when it happens in the beginning of the stream, right? Cheers. You know? So I try to do that. When if I get a notification and I'm free to do it, I try to throw that like, even if I don't have anything to say at the moment. Even if I'm tied to where can't even have a casual hello, how's it going in the chat? So hands full or whatever. So I think it helps. Everybody support each other. That's my point. That's why there's so many wrenches. It's not to knock people out of here unless I ask, eh? I'd rather attend to that. But it is so you can share your channels. Everybody sub to everybody else. Everybody support and show the time and attendance that you're able to. And all the good things like, share, subscribe. Post it to your community tab if you got a channel with a following, Um, also encourage people to check out your community tab. Maybe people miss that, or the other thing that everybody knows is a lot of times you got to go back to whatever page you're sub to, even if it's back and forth. Hit unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit turn notifications back on. YouTube does that for whatever reason. It just drops off. You know what I mean? So always strike at the beginning. Strike while it's hot, I think. What's going on? Thanks for coming in. Don't hesitate to chat in or click that like. Thank you. Jessica, how's it going? What have you been up to? It's been a while. Except for the casual hello in chat, I haven't heard from you or anything really in specifics in a while. I mean, besides being on panel, but that's when we're talking with a few other people at that point. Cheers. Cheers, Jess. I'll get on the bong for Jess here. What you got, Jess? Henny? Big wine? Cheers. How's it going, West Coast? That's why I'm here, try to be on Canada time. It's just how it fits. I guess that fits for the widest swath of Canada, eh? You've been keeping busy, Jessica. Now that I got StreamYard hours, you got to figure out when you can come up, share time, I'm not going to neglect hitting that bong. I forgot. But what do you got, Jess? Cheers. Shout out to Rumplemints 100. Not like your 99. It's one more. And it's severely traditional in, the parking lot of bad decisions. Hell yeah, gelato vape. Awesome. Straight up from the stores, huh? Oregon dispensary, I suppose. Cheers. Cheers to your legal statuses. Good for you. I hope more gets like that, and I hope it also gets clearer and, doesn't just get taken over by the huge companies, by the way. I don't want it to just take the nicotine merchants and, have them all become THC merchants and all legacy farmers go home, That's not really the good news. But you still have all the legacy detainees in one way or another, whether they're in prison or jail for sentences that were maybe not appropriate or enforceable now. It's hard to say, sorry about that, buddy, even if you do get them out. There's probably an avalanche of settlement money or settlements to come in the future of that, and the growing pains of that industry changing. Wow, I never really focused on just that aspect, the punitive monies, you know, in the sense that somebody suffered and they get that kind of suffering settlement sort of thing. Wow. I don't know, man. Sorry, that's a heavy one for me. Already dealing with the fact that people are still locked up on things that wouldn't be enforceable now. That's already bothering me. So what do you think, Jess? Get in touch with me so we can do a co-stream together soon, eh? Probably after Tuesday. Probably after Tuesday. Smooth Keys, if you're around, man, hit me up about Tuesday. What about that? We'll just do it by StreamYard so that's guaranteed to go. I'd like to see Smooth Keys on Tuesday. Anybody? Might work. It might work. Yeah, his timing's different and he goes to bed earlier, so that would be a bit earlier. We could throw it 10 p.m. this time, 10 p.m. Eastern. If he's all right with that. We can do that, 10 p.m. If you're around, Keys, chat in about it, bro. Chat in about it. And if not, I'll send you a couple of invitations before then. We'll make it either way, eh? Thanks for the likes. Awesome. Anything else going on out there? Like I said, I got no agenda. I'm just hanging. Trying to make things change, trying to make things different. So I am working on a lot in the mind field. In the mind field, not in the game field. Have you been going live, Jess? I haven't seen it, but I know that maybe you delete them after they're done, eh? Maybe I missed it. What's up, daughter? You just took a shower?
Yeah.
Cool. You got to school, so just hang out, go to sleep, you know? Not the hugest deal that you're up, you know, because you got no school, so just chill. Did you do any projects for the holiday? I didn't think so. Man. Like the bank always tells us, closed for federal holiday. Doesn't say what it is ever. It's hard for me to watch. What kind of calendar do I need? What's up, Captain Spaulding? I saw you were live. With the trusted, I think it said something like, or loyal or trusted or something. Good things. Peace, Captain. Captain's hilarious, man. Share your channel in case nobody has caught up to joining in when you're live. Please share your channel here, please. Yeah, because you guys got to get the hilarity of what's going on in Captain's mind. He's a good one. He's got away with words, you know. He's a good one. And you get to play music, right? So that's always cool. You know I'd like to, but I'll do it differently, man. I'll have to get another online DJ gig. What's up, Sean? Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you. And I'll do it differently. I don't want to deal with copyright strikes and all of that more than we already have to. What's going on, Sean? It's 4:20 now. I mean, yeah, right? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Sean. I got it on deck. I'm on deck. And Sean, your package will be there on Tuesday. Please sort through and see if you could flip some of these items. I put cards in there, you know, for the good karma. So at least you can pack some. I mean, you can crack some. I'm talking about pack some because we're getting there, right? What do I have? 1 minute? I'm on it. Anybody use those little ropes they sell? I was just thinking because like I could stick this in there. Anybody actually use those hemp ropes? Whew, raw kind of rubs me the wrong way because they take all the shelf space. I don't like that. So no matter what, man, I didn't miss it. I'm on time. Let's drag it through the moment. Yeah, I did. Actually, I sent you a tracking number, Sean. So check your email. Even check your spam. So you should have a tracking number. They say Tuesday. Tomorrow being a holiday, I guess that's out. That's out of the question. And so Tuesday is pretty likely because they get backed up right after, right? Because they still fucking work, dude. They still work. You got to know that. I mean, been there. I've never had like a company say, "Hey, everybody, it's election day, so you guys got a chance to go." Some people would say it's my right, damn, stamp their feet, but they might get in trouble for something else that week, right? So yeah, in my estimation, those people are still moving packages on Monday. What's up, daughter? Don't walk by without.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, prep. Hold up. All right, just go ahead. Hurry. What up? And be nice. Keep your hand gestures to yourself. Your gang signs. We don't have gangs where I come from. We have crews. They're ruled by street and dance. All right, hold on, guys. She's still slamming some water, so hang on. All right, I apologize. My daughter was coming through. She just wanted to get some water. She's going to bed. She took a shower late. She's up late, but there's no school tomorrow, so it's all good. Boy, I wish I could remember in the. Let's put it this way, Sean. It's not easy for me to give things up. These things. So as less specific as it is in my mind is one thing. The second thing is the post office rejected it the first time. And of course, when they do that, they say your postage is also used, even though they return it to you. So I had to pay postage twice. What's in it? There are the records. There's at least a DVD, a VHS tape, book, and some cards. And some of those cards are in packs, but I have so much more. So let's see if you can do any business flipping those things. I can't do the sales. I'm not in sales. This would be acquisition and providing stock. See what happens. See what happens. No big deal. No, I try to make it lower risk, but some of the stuff, it's hard to even let go. So there'll be fear stuff in the next box. I'll tell you that, Sean. I know that for sure. What's up, Toots? How you doing? Peace to you. Yeah, Sean, I'm sure you didn't miss that 20, did you? I can, yeah, that's right. But they rejected it, and I did specifically this time do something I know I shouldn't, which is I wrapped some things in t-shirts for protection instead of like paper or something or other box material. So I'm sure they rejected it for that, and also the baseball cards, they don't qualify. Yeah. So I did try to send it that way because usually I don't have that much of an issue because it's always media based. But yeah, the next box right now is DVDs and records. They're media based. I've got some of those like Nintendo cartridges, but video games do not qualify. So I'm not doing that the first time. I'll tell you that. I have to get the relationship back up with these bastards so that they don't search every one of my damn packages. They didn't like the weight. It was pretty heavy or whatever. Maybe kind of felt off kilter to them. And those baseball cards, if they saw those, it's an immediate out. They can even get you if you send a CD without the jewel case. If you just send the full paperwork and no jewel case, they can say that doesn't qualify for media. We're talking about mail because I sent Sean a box. Hopefully we'll have a a mutually beneficial exchange of items. Because I don't have very good money making potential. I just need like 4 more McChickens a week. That's really what it is. Four McChickens. So it's about $24 or something. That'll be fun. Anyways, we're talking about that. It's just a test, as things in life are. And I was tested by the entire universe the whole time. Like I said, I got rejected. I put the thing in the mail, then, they don't give you that postage back, even though they brought it to my house. That's used postage. Oh, yeah? Did it go to Utah or did it go to my house again or wherever? So, but they're so bullshit. When I moved here, I did a change of address, same post office. And every single piece of mail they brought me, even though somebody had already paid, they slapped like a new $14, $15 for me to spend, even though all I did was use the change of address. It's very frustrating. You know how like Amazon all day, oh, it's so easy because you can get stuff for free or whatever, even if it's a toothbrush or a sock, right? The free shipping. Well, that's all well and good, but basically that's where the problem started. That's what makes these things so outlandish. They're trying to survive and get paid. Back in the day when I worked in the airport, we dealt with Amazon, and they were only rushing certain packages, and they were doing that through FedEx and the FedEx planes, but they're ripping them off. I mean, they were paying them nothing. It's like the e-packets from China now. It's like we might as well just be like sending the dollar bills and like not expecting delivery of whatever the item is from a warehouse out there. Because when the shipping that they pay, the e-packet rate, it just loses us money. I can't get something down 2 highways for less than $35, but they can get me a whole packet of Temu shit for $4.79 in that. What is up, the party? Now, how's it going, caretaker? You sell on eBay, it is? Yeah, flipper. I understand that because I know about, like I said, I've been following you on Garbage Pail Kid cards for a long time. I, love them as much as anything in the world. As much as anything in the world. I don't need many, but I love them. Toots, are you going live? Share your channel in case they don't have it. Much love to you, caretaker. What's going on? We're having adult puffs, and I'm having super adult beverage tea. The number one most invigorating. Well, that's okay. Just share your channel so people can get through. You're on Blue, right? Yeah. And we're in StreamYard, so anybody I missed while we're not on StreamYard, so anybody I missed, I'll make that happen that I said I would, Well, good morning, Nobby. How you doing? How cold is it, Nobby? Is it still quite cold? Oh, no. Isn't there another way? I have a couple of those barbecue ones, the long stick. Those are my backup. But I killed one of those recently, and it's not a refillable. So, hey, I feel you on that. Oh, man, I was such a young smoking child that I did crazy things, man. 65 is warm to me. You know what I mean? That's warm. 4C? Okay. So 0 is 32, and then you got 4. How does that sliding scale work? Don't worry about autocorrect. I use speech to text because I'm very night blind, and the ludicrous things that come out of that, I have no apology for. They're just way out. I tried to say SAE 50, I think. Or no, SAE 50 or 15. And I was joking about how there's always, like, because I worked in gas stations and convenience stores, there's always an oil that, like, nobody can use sitting on the shelf that would just be there forever. But it's emergency situations that you see where people need, like, 2 quarts, even if there's, like, a hole, just to get somewhere or whatever. And so I tried to make that joke, and it came out SHE 14. And I got a lot of heat for that coming out on the chat because that reads as she 14. And when I tried to explain, no, SAE, and then they're like, oh, I get it because we were talking about the motor oil. But then they were like, why would it change the 15 back to 14? And I was like, yeah, I got no excuse for that. I don't know. You got me. I'm hit. I'm hit and I'm hurt. I'm gonna tell you what, because I didn't mean a damn thing. I was joking about how ludicrous there that is. And I don't know. It's funny when it's an emergency situation, right? Because what are you gonna do? Cry about it? I mean, emergency anytime. STP. That's right. ZAP, man. The world wouldn't operate that I came from without ZAP. But who knows what's happened in the past 20 years? I don't know. I don't know. When my daughter, who's turning 12, was gestating, that's the last job I had. So before she was born, we decided we're not doing this way. My wife was like, I'm going to work somewhere or whatever, and you're going to take care of the kids. No, I know STP, of course. I might have put STP in that box, Sean. I don't know. I don't think so, actually, because the one that I put in my shorts sample was songs from the Vatican gift shop or Purple or whatever it's called, and I don't think I'd get rid of that, actually. I have an affinity for it. It's got a lot of dynamics. And remember, at that time, even on the vinyl, the mastering was really pushed, block of sound, as they used to say, or whatever. So that album was not. And it also has like a more of a traditional, was it a Columbia label with the colors? So it even like sort of has an aesthetic to it, not just in the dynamics of the RIA curve being on instead of being, max loud, but it also has the aesthetics of that. And so for that band that, I don't like everything, I really like Core. I listened to when I bought it, probably bought it to get credit at school. One of those like scams where they give you magazines and get your friends to order shit. I probably ordered it that way. 92, whenever it came out. The first few, times through, oh yeah, kind of like an Alice in Chains affinity or something like that. And I was okay, good with that. But it became the first CD that I was like, oh, this is why there's a skip button, because literally I listened to cassettes my whole life, and you listen to the whole side. You just listen to the side at a minimum, right? Or even if you're playing a vinyl, you're going to listen to the side, and then maybe you got to go dust, but at least you've heard that side, right? So yeah, I was like, this thing was the one made for the. So I would listen to Plush, and then Plush became something that they played everywhere all the time, and then the acoustic version of it even more. And you're like, yeah, this is just a mountain. I'm barraged. Don't have time for it because it's too much STP. And then I absolutely loved Scott Weiland's 12 Bar Blues album. Your roof, it drags me down, drags me down. And so I just found a version of that probably ruined that song forever for me on YouTube too. It's fantastic, and it's almost a troll, and it's almost like an Andy Kaufman show. But he plays with like the nuns are the ones on the contrabass and the string section over there, and he's like a caked up, for lack of a better word, junkie diva screaming. And the him, because I can't do it. Even my neighbors would get this and get probably as sick of it as me. But that one, he stretches out that word, lady, like that. But he does it like, and just screaming into people's faces. And it got on like MTV too. And I'm like, yeah, that's a troll. That's a big troll. But yeah. So yeah, I have little need for hanging around with STP. So I'm only going to keep that one record. I'm sure I didn't send it to you. That was the point of my meandering. Let me get back on the Snapstar. Like I said, the drink of bad mistakes in parking lots. And that's official. They're I think Alf is their mascot. I think it's Alf. And it says something about I'm gonna kill that cat or something like that. And then people say I look like Alf, so because of the big nose, they think I look like Alf. I had my first trash can that I bought. Yeah, I love Tony Clifton. He's the shit. He's the shit. Oh yeah. I consider that folk art, right? Because I wouldn't like it if it was like contrived, but it's just a real bottle. Still got the. It's so cool too because that means it revolves, because it wasn't made of paper. It's this sort of pinch metal. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Maybe they should have had a shotgun or something in it, but it's all the male female. It's the first male female thing I've ever had, and that's all the up to date shit. The bottle is just a piece. Cheers though. Cheers again. Yeah, the absurdity of what he was able to get away with. I put it on one of my community posts because it was absurd. He's just screaming, with a huge great band behind him, and it's just lunacy. And it's literally diva, cake face, strung out, and it's just what a beautiful disaster. It's like watching an old French play or some shit if you really think about it, right? Like a nasty one. Like, definitely at least a single X rating. No minors permitted, parents or not. Hard R. Like the Stallone movie, Hard R. I assume this one's probably hard R as well. Consider that because it's unrated, but I'm assuming it's probably considered hard R from those days when that was a sort of in-store term. Anyway, it wasn't an 8mm from behind the counter. All right, man. I think that's enough for that for now. I do miss beer tonight, but I don't need it. I think I'm gonna wake up to the freezing cold. Warmer by 4 degrees. I just can't track it. I need to learn the math. I have something on right now. It might be centimeters. Yeah. Like in a tab on the phone browser that's just already on centimeters for quick conversion for some reason right now. Hopefully it'll be how many euros is this worth very soon, right? That's the goal. Because I've never gone for the money part. It's a new season. Yeah, winter, the death of all things. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. I'm going to have a good time because I'm not going to overheat. The swampy, well, we're in more of like an X river, but the swampy areas I grew up in and then the X river sort of place that I'm in now, it's always wet. So the end of the summer, the dredges of August and September even stick around in mine now. You think you are too? Looking forward to it? Nah, we don't get snow. We got like one day where there was dust. We got one day where they canceled school because there was like a foot and a half, and that's when there was a fire in our building. Why? Because when there's a school day off, like tomorrow, everybody's home. That's why. But now we don't have snow anymore. You know what I mean? You go ahead and call your favorite expert on as to why. I know nothing about it. I'm not a geologist or a meteorologist in any sense. I don't even check out weather.com anymore. Yeah, snow's a thing of the past, man. I mean, we're not in Canada. We're not in Canada. Maybe where I have relatives in Michigan, they might still get snow. They might still get snow. I gotta ask. I mean, obviously, we have relatives up in the mountains too, but not really because they're kind of dead. But we still go there or meet the other relatives there, and there's snow in the mountains, but it's high up. Sean lives in a desert. Sean lives in the highest part of Mexico in history, but not currently. Not currently, not at all. Be completely irrelevant. Meaning the northernmost in our, in reference to our continent. Like, if you get what I mean. But it's those boundaries have changed. It's not even the Alamo. It's just beyond. I want to go to the desert. We really want to move to Arizona. Some people are like, why, with a hard why. But I'm talking about suburbs, actually. I'm not talking about in the desert. But I do want to have another spot in the desert. You can get an RV or such planted in the desert for such a low price per year in the area of 5,000, 7,000 per year. And obviously that's because you got the unlivable 160 day or 160 degree Fahrenheit months or whatever. And we just don't plan to go on those months. So we plan to stay more in a Scottsdale suburb or something. But for those months, we'd like to go to get away, bring our water, and make music. I love snow too. I love snow too. Yeah, and my friend, he showed me when it did snow in his part of Arizona. But that's he's actually in the transitional time zone area, I believe. So that's the West Coast, westest most of Arizona, and it is nothing. It'll happen, but it'll just be something that sprinkles and melts on the pavement for 20 minutes. And he loves it, and I love watching him see it because it's like snow. Snow's something he didn't grow up with. He came from Southern California to Arizona. It's scary to drive on. No, it's not. Nope. Nope. I've put my life absolutely on the line. I've turned backwards on the exit ramps because you see that, oh, they closed the road up ahead and I see all the lights, and I had to turn backwards, and I'll ride snowbanks and I'll jump them and I'll run through the median, and I've destroyed entire transmissions. But I've also driven in water that was like 4 feet high. And also I've run around jumping every curb, hitting cars. I've done everything. I'm not qualified to drive very much because I do not take it seriously, and it is so serious. I just my brain is broken. I can't do it. I don't belong behind the wheel. I've done it because other people are the other ones who are like, I don't want to do it, and so I've done it. But I'm horrible, and I do that all by myself. I don't do it when other people are there, unless it's like my wife and she wants to. Well, I don't drive, so I don't have to be careful. I walk. My friends drive, and they're the ones who aren't dead that are over 40, and like they're very responsible people now, so there ain't no problem. Most of them are 50 or so. Do you want me to sleep stream? That would be ridiculous. I sleep on the floor. You wouldn't see like anything. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go back to Maryland. I'll visit a friend while I go. And that part of the day, boom, 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 we'll drive around hitting spots, but that's them. I'm not in that. I mean, I will get a license back, but that'll just be to make highway trips. And the way that I'll deal with that is just straight from here to the truck stop to the KOA to, that's because I carried my kids. And then when I get to a campground, then I can do whatever the fuck I want without driving. So I'm just kind of like an animal or something. So it's hard for me to take on the responsibility for the serious thing that I know it is. Just broke. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I operate by a force beyond my control, like a drone. I know, but that's what I said, Nobby. I'm saying like these are the ones who didn't die already. You know what I mean? The ones who died already weren't that trustworthy in the car. My mother's alive in her 70s, and half of her high school class fell off the side of a mountain in a car. Like, it just did. So yeah, I trust them because they're older than me, you know. So maybe that's by default. Avalanches? Where do they come from? Holy moly. That is snow from what mountains? What mountains? Do you live in an area that's hit like that or I thought, but I didn't look at the map. But I thought maybe you were near like Park City, like the film festival and all. I don't know. Maybe I was confusing and crossing wires with somebody. Well, Nobby, do you drive around? I mean, that means you trust yourself, right? If you have that, it's not necessary. But I'll tell you what, my grandmother never drove. My other grandmother never drove. My grandfather never drove and was had a leg blown off thing, you know. Um, my other grandfather did drive in the truck. He was horrible at it. My sister is horrible at it. My other sister, I think she can never get a license again. My other sister is horrible at it. My father is absolutely horrible at it. My mother is absolutely horrible at it, but they do it. So there's no like driving. We're not like evolved yet. This isn't the fucking line. This isn't the generational line. What's up, Dan? Dan sent me. I'm new here. Dan sent me. Cheers. Anyway, so none of us have any business doing it. It's just a utility that we abuse. My wife can't do it. She swears, she's like, there's not a chance. She's done it. But she said, you know, with her like her level of dyslexia, I'm also dyslexic. So I was able to drive understanding because I used to skateboard from the earliest of age, you know. We had those little banana boards. I still have one, but it's a newer one. Not newer, but newer to me. But probably when I was 4 and 5, started on those from like Sears. You know, they just give you the plastic ones. Yeah. So I was able to. Did I see the Northern Lights? I did, but not here. My son went out to look while I was live here, so I looked beyond him, and I saw photographs, but they weren't from anywhere near here. So not here. No, not live, not on the ground. The thing about the moon toots, my joke there, and I do like sometimes like try to send up something that's on the mind because it's such news that it's everywhere that it's hit me, you know, without me turning the channel to such a thing. It's just out there like that. So I just make fun of it because then, you know, it's like the top of the news will say, Earth will temporarily have 2 moons. And then you open it up and it's like, not like Tatooine. I mean, the other thing, it's not a moon, but it'll be an asteroid that'll be in such an orbit that it looks like, you know what I mean? And they'll justify the deceptive and misleading, essentially clickbait headline. And so I just send that shit up. You know what I mean? I grew up and when I was very young with an interest in space, rockets, NASA. We were near Goddard, so I went to their little, you know, kind of kiddie schools and these sort of things. And I lived over there when I moved on my own, and I was still interested in that. But I have zero interest in space. It's absolutely irrelevant to me. We have social problems that we need to deal with, and people need to know how to demand and enforce the demand for their own right to expression, and they also have to accept that the others are also going to do exactly the same. You gave up your license. Oh, the weed prescribed. Okay. The music industry. So, okay, to get the prescription for a THC flower like over the chemist counter or from the chemist, you have to give up your driving privileges or rights. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I don't know. That's a good question. So the technology, yes, you're a master driver. You're just not in the legal, rightful game. So, but I'm sure if somebody needed a ride because something was happening behind them, no, I'd never go into space. That's completely pointless. What's the point of that? So I can go, oh God, oh. That's what he did. He made a damn fool of himself at like 89 years old or whatever. Like, nah, it's not worth it. They can just take planes in low Earth orbit and go above the whatever G force that they need so that you get the same exact. You adore him, yeah. Good. I'm glad you guys like him. Man. What is that movie? Desperate but Not Serious, about Hollywood that he's in. That's my absolute favorite depiction of him. He is playing himself. Desperate but Not Serious. Watch that movie. How would you know? Who's in it? I don't know. Some like Uma Thurman or something. I don't know. Brooke Shields. I don't remember. But yeah, that's the one. William Shatner plays a version of himself. It's quite hilarious. Of course, the guys who are Hollywood writers are completely obsessed with him and the entire Star Trek universe, I suppose. So it's very funny. It's really just about degeneracy. That's just my interpretation in a broad stroke. It's a degenerates movie. Desperate but not serious. It will become serious, but not at this juncture because we want to keep it light. That's the point of that. All right. I've been hitting almost an hour, but the reason that I want to go is because I don't have a guest. I don't have the energy to have a guest if somebody was available, and I want to do that on Tuesday. And so I want to just see everybody next Tuesday, as they say. So please, Sean, check your email. Get back to me in one way or another about receiving your package. I'll be watching the tracking and all. Oh, so they have a way to say that you're so many micrograms over the limit or so many globules above legal limit for the impairment level of THC. Thanks, Sean. Please be in touch, man. So they're working on the impairment level and how to enforce that and not just being like, oh, glassy eye, smelly guy. He's high. Skunk. He's a skunk motherfucker. USPS. Yeah. I put the shipping in your email. Yeah, if you see. It starts with 95 something. They all do, I think. 9584 or something like that. Check it out, man. Sometimes they're 93s. I guess it depends on the path. See you all later. I'm sorry. I wish I could be more entertaining. Hopefully Tuesday. All right. See ya.